Hello, ladies. It is Jelly. I am here with you, kind of, sort of in the dark. It's dark in here. Hello. How are you? I had a fabulous day. Oh, are we live now? Facebook always be fucking with me when it comes to the new live platform that they have. Where was I? I had a great day today, you guys. I went out and I donated blood, saved some lives. Did my workout. I'm on day 2 of my 28 to fucking great challenge. And I'm sore and I'm tired and I'm feeling fucking fabulous. And I hope that you're feeling fucking fabulous too. I came in here live yesterday and I did a live video. Did you guys see it? I deleted it. Why did I delete it? Because to be honest with you, it kind of effing sucked. I don't know what was up with me yesterday. I think it was, I don't know what was up with me. That video though, like I stumbled all over the place. I went on and on and on. I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't feel like I was just like sitting down, just like talking to you, just like talking to my girls. And then also after I went live, like it really sucked. Like after I went live, like my armpits were all sweaty and I was like, oh fuck, that totally sucked. And then I thought, I was like, well, if you didn't like it, just delete it. And then I was like, well, just because you didn't like it doesn't mean you should delete it. And then I was like, it's not even so much that I didn't like it. It was just like, I could have served you better and I could have represented myself better. So then I was like, okay, then just like, fuck it. Let's do it again. So then I decided to delete the video because it was kind of lame.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. Husband be walking in on my shit. So I decided to delete the video because it was kind of lame. And also because yesterday when I was going live, it was because I had made a freebie for you guys. Kind of sort of like a step-by-step guide on how to create your own challenge. But what I did was, I'm not even gonna get into the details of it, but I made my challenge for you to follow. But the whole entire reason that I even made a challenge was because I wanted to create my own challenge, because I believe when you create something for yourself, it works better. But then I didn't give you the opportunity to create it yourself. So I went back to the drawing board, made some changes. Do you like my noise effects, my sound effects? I made some changes, I improved it, and listen to me, ladies. It's fucking fabulous, and I love it, and I'm excited to share it with you, which is why I'm here at 8:41 at nighttime to share this with you. And I gotta do it quick because I've got 2 workouts to do today. And I've already done one, and I got one more to do. I got another 45-minute walk I gotta go on. It's my 28 to fucking great challenge. Okay, so let's get into it really quick in a nutshell. If you've been here for a minute, you have heard me talk about boss baby steps. It's not my most favorite title, but it's the steps that I took to get myself physically fit. It's what it is, if you haven't heard of them before, if you've never heard me talk about it. It's taking these small little steps that push you outside of your comfort zone, taking these small steps consistently that pushes you outside of your comfort zone to where you feel like, oh, this is not my most favorite thing, but you're still not too far outside of your comfort zone that you're like, I hate doing this, this sucks, I hate life, nothing about this is fun, and I want to just rip my eyeballs out and die. So if you push yourself too far out of your comfort zone, getting out of your comfort zone is a good thing, right? But if you push yourself too far out of the comfort zone, it kind of has like, it backlashes on you, right? So I kept doing this with fitness. Every single time I wanted to lose weight, I would think of like this huge plan. And I would be like, I would go from couch potato to fucking Iron Man. And by that, I mean like, I would literally go from living my whole entire life on the couch watching television, unless I was getting up and going to work, to getting up, going to work, and then going to the gym for like 2 hours and running on the treadmill and like doing some ab work. I made like, and I would do it like 5 days a week. In my brain, this made sense, right? Because you're always like, I was always hearing like, go big or go home. And like other shit like that. And plus also, I wanted to lose weight and I wanted to lose it fast. I wanted to lose it like yesterday. So I was like, I'm just gonna work my fucking ass off and I'm gonna lose all this weight and it's gonna be amazing. But what I realized, I mean, I didn't realize it at the time, but I can look back and I can see now that what I was doing was I was just like burning the candle from both ends for myself. And it was just too much. So whether it was like 3 days into it, 4 days into it, 2 weeks into it, I would just get fucking tired. It was too big of a leap for me to be able to keep maintaining. My motivation wasn't behind it. My drive wasn't behind it. I mean, I guess my motivation was there, but I just didn't have that willpower yet to be able to do something like that. So I was constantly failing. And when I finally got successful was when I did Boss Baby Steps. I started working out 3 days a week instead of 7 days a week for 20 minutes a day instead of 2 hours a day. And being able to do that, now don't get it twisted, right? Like, it was still fucking hard for me. I was still 50 pounds overweight, maybe 55 or 60. I was still smoking a pack of Marlboro Reds a day. I was eating fast food all the time. I had like zero idea what I was doing. It was still fucking hard. But also I was like, nah, it's hard, but it's only 3 days a week. Nah, it's hard, but it's also only 20 minutes, 3 days a week. Like, I could wrap my fucking brain around doing that. It was outside of my comfort zone, but not too far out of my comfort zone. So I've talked a lot about Boss Baby Steps before, and I'm a big component for it. I think that, like, maybe not, I think that most, and it really just depends on the person, but I think that we could use, that most of the goals that we set and that we go after are done with these Boss Baby Steps. That's why I talk to you guys. Whoa. That's why I talk to you guys about these like so fucking much. I see, and I've seen myself, and I see so many other women like trying to do all of the things and change their lives dramatically in these huge fucking ways, and it just becomes too much and it's too overwhelming. And usually it doesn't work. Catch me while I say usually. Because, where was I at? Oh, because not only is there Boss Baby Steps, there's also something that I've used before to be able to change my life and to hit goals and stuff. And those, and I've never really titled it or named it before, but when I was like thinking about this video and thinking about this freebie and thinking about this challenge, I was like, they're kind of like the opposite of small boss baby steps. They're like huge, ginormous, scary, badass leaps to success. So what I mean by that, it's like when you're doing something that's way super far. Hold on. It's when you're doing something that's like way super far out of your comfort zone. Like, it's hard as fuck. Like, every day you want to pull your hair out. Like, every day it's a huge fucking struggle. But sometimes it's what you need, right? Because doing these small little tiny consistent steps sometimes just doesn't work. Sometimes it's not enough. Sometimes you're too stuck. Have you ever been too fucking stuck? Sometimes I just get too fucking stuck, and the only thing that's going to be able to help me to like get out of it is like a serious like jolt to like my reality. I did this before when I quit smoking, right? I smoked cigarettes from the time that I was 10 years old. Yeah, I was a wild child, you guys. I was like 10 or 11 when I started smoking. I was supposed to quit when I was 30. Joe and I were supposed to quit together. Joe quit. Your girl did not. I mean, like, I tried to quit. I quit for maybe like a couple days. But then I would like make little small excuses, right? I was trying to do these tiny little baby steps. And I was like, well, I'm just going to cut back slowly. Well, I'm just going to have one when I have a drink. Well, I'm just going to have one after a big test at school. So I was always like trying to slowly wean myself off of the cigarettes. And you guys, this is fucking embarrassing to admit, but for 2 years I did this, right? Joe quit smoking. He thought that I had quit smoking. Jayza thought that I had quit smoking. And I was sneaking cigarettes. I was sneaking cigarettes when I went to work. I was sneaking cigarettes when I was at college. I was sneaking cigarettes and lying to my family. Ugh. Don't judge me or hate me, you guys. But I was addicted. I'm an addictive person. And that's just what it was, and it was just part of my story. But so for 2 years, I struggled with this. And it finally got to the point where I like realized, I was like, I can't keep doing like these small little steps. Like, I need something, I need to do something that's gonna be like fucking hard. And I need to just like dive in with like head first or feet first and just do it. And so that's when I decided to go cold turkey. And it was the hardest thing that I've ever quit before, you guys. And I've quit smoking methamphetamines, so that's saying a lot. I cried a lot. My brain was constantly going. It was like, smoke a cigarette. You deserve a cigarette. Have a cigarette. One cigarette isn't going to hurt you, kill you, stop you. We can wean our way off of this. Cold turkey is insane. You're insane. You'll never be able to do this. This is what my brain kept saying to me, right? And I just kept stepping up and being like, no brain, no, we're gonna fucking do this. I don't know how we're gonna do this. I don't know how we're gonna have the strength to do this. I don't know what fucking tomorrow's gonna look like, but I know that right now I'm not fucking smoking. I'm focused and I'm not fucking smoking. I did that challenge, right? I took a huge leap. I went from a pack a day, 20 something year smoker to a non fucking smoker in one fucking day. And it worked. It was the hardest week of my life. I cried a lot. I mentioned that, right? I cried a lot. I was on the phone with my mom. I was like, Mom, I can't do this. I hate my house and I hate my husband and I hate my life and all I want is a cigarette. I love cigarettes. Cigarettes are so good. My mom, God bless her soul for always listening to me and all my craziness. But I did it, you guys. And this summer, it'll be 10 years since I smoked a cigarette. I did this again not quit smoking cigarettes, but another time. A lot of the times when I do like these seriously hard as fuck challenges, is when it's just something that like I really need to rattle my cage. I really need to like step my shit up because I've been stuck on something for so long, or because like if I get frustrated, I'm frustrated and I'm stuck. That's kind of like the same thing. But I was stuck for a long time when I was doing my weight loss journey, right? I was running now. I had done the running thing with the small boss baby steps. I had quit smoking with the giant big leap of courage and faith challenge that I gave myself. It's been, I don't even know how many months, but I started my journey at like 200, maybe 210 pounds. And then at 170, y'all, I got stuck. I hit a plateau. I was still doing all the workouts. I was still eating the food, but I wasn't losing any weight. And I was very, 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 very frustrated. And I remember just for like months getting on a scale and like it wasn't changing and it wasn't shifting. And I remember talking to my friend Julie and we were discussing my weight loss. And I remember we were at the Olive Garden. She said something. I can't remember what she said to me, but I just screamed at her. I was like, I would just give anything to get out of these fucking 170s, Ron. She was like, you should probably do something. So I was like, yeah, you're right. I should probably do something. And so what I did was I put together a plan, another hard as fuck challenge for myself. And I knew that it was going to suck and I knew that I wasn't going to enjoy it. And I knew that it was going to, it was really going to fucking push me. But I also knew, and because this is one of my core beliefs, you guys, I know that hard times make for strong fucking women, right? Like the shit that I've been through in my life has proven that to me. And I'm sure it's proven that to you as well. So I knew that I was stuck. I knew that I had to do something. So I created a challenge for myself. And I took two of the hardest workouts I've ever done before in my life, Insanity and Turbo Fire. And I decided to double up and do them for the whole entire, I think they're both 90-day programs, or maybe they're 60-day programs. But for the whole 60 or 90 days, whatever they were, I did Insanity in the morning and I did Turbo Fire at night. That is a lot of fucking cardio. And then I got spot on with tracking my food with MyFitnessPal. And I did that for 90 days. And again, you guys, I went through it. For those 90 days, almost every single day, I was like, I don't want to do my workout. I don't want to eat any more chicken. I don't want to have to stay up late to do this workout. I don't want to have to get up early to do this workout. This is never going to work anyway. I'm always going to be fucking fat. I'm never going to make it out of the 170s. I don't know who the fuck I think I'm fooling trying to do this, right? But I just kept centering myself. And I'll be like, no, we're not going there. I can do this. I'm strong. I'm able. I'm going to take it one workout at a time, one meal at a time, one day at a time, one challenge at a time. And you guys, I did it. It worked. Like I finally made it out of the 170s. I made it down into the 150s. Side note, I did it in a very unhealthy way. Please, if you're listening to this, don't do 2 hours of cardio every day and eat 1,200 calories worth of food. That's when I was more in the mindset of like, I want to be skinny. Now I'm more in the mindset like, I want to be strong. And that's not how you get strong. You do not get strong by starving yourself and doing hours of cardio. But that's a whole other video. But I did it, right? So like, I got down into 150 and I made my goal weight. But what was even fucking better than that, you guys, was that like the confidence, the courage, the character, the morals, the mind-blowing awesomeness that like, that I found in myself. Because I started a challenge that I was almost sure I wasn't even going to be able to complete, finish, or do. And I did it every single fucking day without fail, no matter fucking what. So it's the same way, like when I do my boss baby steps, right? I commit to some things. I space them out a little bit more, and maybe the commitments aren't as big and aren't as scary, but I still get committed as fuck to doing them. Like, I don't deviate from my plan. And it's the same thing with when you're doing like badass leaps towards your goal and in a challenge. You're still committed as fuck. You're doing them every single day, but the things that you're committing to are way further out of your comfort zone. And here's the thing though, is when you're doing a challenge like this, when you're doing something that's really fucking hard, I believe that it can grow you. I believe that it can change you. I believe that, like, seriously, it can be like life fucking changing, right? Like, I lost, through that challenge, I lost like 15 pounds. Through the other challenge that I did, through the other challenge that I pushed myself, I became a non-smoker, right? Like, you can really fucking change your life in a short amount of time. But here's the thing, is it needs to be a short amount of time, right? Like, when I was quitting smoking, like, yes, I quit smoking forever and ever, but it was only really fucking hard for like the first 3 or 4 months. After 3 or 4 months, it became way easier. It was still hard, but it became way easier. When I was in that weight loss plateau and I did that challenge, I really, really pushed myself, but I really only pushed myself for 60 or 90 days, whichever it was. I can't remember, but it had like a time frame and had a limit. For me, when I think of like boss baby steps, it's something that, at least for me personally, and this can be very different for every single person because it's about what motivates you, what makes sense to you, and what feels right to you. But for me, fitness was something, and working out was something I was going to do for my whole entire life. Does that make sense? And so it was more like a get great over a long period of time. A badass challenge for me, like a hard pushing challenge, is like, do it fucking hard for a short fucking amount of time and move yourself up that much higher, right? So to be honest with you guys, it's been a long fucking time since I've done a hard challenge, right? Like this kind of hard challenge. Life itself, Corona, is challenging. But like actually putting myself to the test, like actually like setting the bar really fucking high and then being like, I'm going after this fucking shit because this is what I fucking want and it's going to help improve me. It's gonna fucking suck, but I know I can fucking do it. I'm gonna be so fucking proud of myself when I'm done. That kind of challenge I haven't done in so long. And to be honest with you ladies, for the last, I don't know, several months, I've kind of been feeling blah when it comes to like my growth. Not blah. I've just been feeling like I need more. Does that make sense? Do you ever feel like you're just like, you're ready for a challenge, like you're ready for the next level, like you're ready to do the things? I've been feeling like that. Do not get it twisted. I am so immensely proud of the work that I have accomplished, that the results that I have accomplished over the last 2 years. Like, I started doing CrossFit. My body is changing a whole lot. I'm way, way stronger than I've ever been before. Doing CrossFit really mentally challenged me. And I got to, when I was doing CrossFit, I was just doing it 3 days a week. And I just have really started to feel like my strength is really growing and I really fucking want results. I've been doing really good with my workouts. You guys know me. I work out like a fucking beast. But my food, girl, not always. Again, I'll say it 1,000 times. My food is 1,000 times better than it's ever been before my whole entire life, right? Like I used to binge, I used to purge, I used to cry while I was eating food. I had a very fucking twisted relationship with food. And now I really only eat most of the time, 99.9% of the time, I eat to bless my body because I'm not available for shit that makes me feel like shit. But I also don't track it very well, right? Like it's good, but I'm ready for great. My body's good, but I'm ready for great. My business is going shitty. It's not shitty. I love you girls. I love these challenges. I love what we do. But I'm not pushing myself in the way that I need to. So I have been feeling honestly like it's time. It's time. Like maybe it's also something to do with like Corona. Like I'm feeling so downtrodden and sad. Not downtrodden and sad. I feel so frustrated with Corona. Not with Corona. I feel so frustrated with the way that humans are fighting with each other. Does that make sense? Like, if you don't want to wear a mask, I don't hate you for that. If you do want to wear a mask, I also don't hate you for that. We need to stop fighting amongst ourselves. But again, that's a whole nother video. But I have been feeling stuck. I have been feeling in a funk. So me and my sister the other day, we were paddleboarding. We got paddle boards. You guys, paddleboarding is so much fun. We went paddleboarding from Independence to Salem. Usually, this is a 4-hour, nice, leisurely paddle. This day, though, the wind was against us, and it took us this 4-hour trip. And usually when we do the 4-hour trip, we lay down on our paddle boards, and we tan, and we laugh, and we play in the water. This time the wind was so far against us that, you guys, we had to sit down on our paddle boards almost the whole entire time and just paddle and paddle and paddle. And it was so hard. It was such a challenge, but it was still fun. So we're talking about challenges, my sister and I, right? And she's like, I was like, I feel like I just really need a challenge. I feel like I really need something that's going to like fucking push me to the next level. And my sister's like, oh, have you heard of this challenge called hard 70 or 75 hard, right? As soon as she said that, I was like, hard? My soul leapt, right? My heart was like, oh, let's do something like that. Pay attention for when your spirit speaks to you like that, right? So I pay attention, and Marcy's like, I'm like, I don't know, what is this about? Tell me about it. She's like, I don't know too much about it. And I'm like, okay. So I get home after this 5-hour float, and I Google it. After I can make my arms work again, because again, after 5 hours of seriously paddling, I was very, very sore. So I Google it, and I'm looking at this guy's 75 hard challenge. And basically what it is, it's for like 75 days. You drink a gallon of water. You do 2 workouts in a day. One of them needs to be outside. You read 10 pages of a personal development book. You take a daily progress picture. No alcohol, no booze, no chocolate. You pick a diet plan and you follow it. Right? And so I'm looking at this challenge and I'm thinking, I really want to be challenged, but I don't agree with drinking a whole entire gallon of water a day. Maybe for a dude that's good, but if I drink a whole entire gallon of water a day, I'm flushing out my system too much. And then I'm like, I already read 10 pages or more a day of personal development. If you guys don't know this about me, I love personal development books. They're one of my most favorite things to read. That and horror novels, right? And I don't read horror novels and my scary, pleasurable stuff as much as I should. Right, I'm looking at this challenge. I'm like, I really want to be able to do a hard-ass boot camp. And I listened to his podcast, and he's like, this is what's wrong with people, is that we don't challenge ourselves. We don't push ourselves. We're making mediocre okay. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to be mediocre. And I was getting all pumped, right? But he's like, you have to do this challenge to the T. You cannot deviate. You cannot change it. It has to be exactly how I've laid it out. 75 days. And I'm like, fuck, that's not going to work. Because for one, I'm leaving for vacation in 28 days. I'm not going to drink wine on vacation, you guys. That's just not happening. And then I was like, so that's not going to work. And then 2, the reason this isn't going to work is because, and this is my own personal preference, take it or leave it. I don't believe it's not that I don't believe. I do believe that success leaves clues. And I believe that if you do the challenge as he laid it out, you will probably have great fucking results. But what I believe more than that is that we need to run shit through our own filters. Does this make sense? Like, I think one of the problems for certain that I had for so long, and when I see other women have problems that other women have when it comes to diet and weight loss and all of this shit, and so many other things, is that like we don't like look in and like trust our own intuition, right? We're constantly like looking for someone else to give us the answer, looking for someone else to tell us exactly what to do. I'm trying to turn the light up in here because it's like super dark. I feel like I'm like Blair Witch Project. Do you guys remember that movie? I'm crying and snot. I'm not really gonna do that. I can't turn this fucking light up. Okay. Where was I? But I believe that we need to run things through our own filter. I believe that when we're doing something just for the sake of what somebody else tells us to do it, that yeah, you can learn a lot, but if you're not checking with your gut, it's not really going to change you a lot. Does this make sense? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Let me think of an example. Okay. I was talking to a friend once, right? And she was like, Lydia said, looks great. Thank you, Lydia. So I was talking to a friend once, and she was telling me, she was like, what kind of carbs do you eat? What kind of carbs do you not eat? Blah, 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 right? And we're just bullshit back and forth. And I was like, well, I don't eat this, 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 or that. And she's like, oh, maybe I won't eat this, 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 or that. And I was like, well, I don't eat these foods because they make my stomach upset. I think quinoa was what we were talking about. And she's like, oh, I should start to eat more quinoa. I told her I had stopped eating quinoa because quinoa upsets my stomach. And she was like, well, maybe I should stop eating quinoa if it helped you. And I was like, well, does it upset your stomach? And she was like, no. And I was like, well, if it doesn't upset your stomach, that's probably not something you should do, right? Like, just because someone else is doing it and they've had great success with it, you can take clues from what they've done, but you don't need to be an exact carbon copy of what they've done, right? Run it through your own filter. Check it through yourself. Another example, this is probably even a better example. There was this other Beachbody coach when I was still being very active in Beachbody, right? She had lost a lot of weight. She has stretch marks on her stomach, like how my stomach looks, and she looks fucking fabulous, right? And I was like stalking her Facebook page all the time. I even went as far to and you guys might have heard me talk about this one before. It's a little bit fucking creepy. But I took my face out of a picture and I digitally put it on her body. For inspiration, right? I believe in visuals. I do vision boards all the time. And so I took my face and I put it on a picture of her body and I was like, that's what my body's gonna look like. And then, which I mean, like, is weird enough, you guys, but then I sent it to her. Not and we're not friends, you guys, we're not friends. She just had like a Facebook page. I was like, you're so inspiring, your body's so great, and look at this funny thing that I did. But she doesn't know me from fucking Adam, and so I'm just like some crazy Facebook person, like photoshopping my head on her body. And she was like, when I sent it, I was like, oh, she's gonna think this is so funny. But then her message back was like, yeah, bro. So, oh fuck, she thinks I'm crazy. But anyway, I just kept pining over and thinking about, like, if only I knew what she ate every single day. If she could just tell me what she ate every single day, or if I could just figure it out by like looking at her Facebook posts and seeing all the things that she eats, and if I could like mimic that and copy that, then that will be the solution for me, right? So I spent a lot of wasted time stalking her Instagram, her Facebook page, and her Facebook profile. Turns out that every single Friday, this woman eats Domino's pizza and brownies. And I was like, that's fucking gross. I hate Domino's pizza. It makes me sick as shit. And then, like, a lot of her breakfasts were sausages. Not that I don't like sausage, but I can't eat sausage. It makes me sick. It upsets my stomach. And I was like, through that process, I realized, I was like, it's more important that I get in tune with me, right? That, like, I create my own plan. Nobody knows my body better than me. Like, if I run things through my own filter, if you run things through your own filter, you're gonna find better answers. Not to say that, like, and I'm not saying that you like shouldn't try new things. Like, for instance, with the containers, the 21-day fix containers from Beachbody on the 21-day fix, I did not like them. I did not like them. I mean, like, I liked the idea that they like showed me portion control, and I think that really helped. But them having me like split up 6 meals a day, I fucking hated it, and I didn't like it. But I kept thinking, I just need to focus harder. I just need to do it better. I just need to get better hustle when it comes to planning my food and figuring it out, and then it will work, and then it will feel good. But ultimately, my truth is that I like to eat 3 big meals a day. Sometimes I eat 2 big meals a day. But because I was looking at someone else's plan and trying to force it into myself and not running it through my own personal filter, I wasted so much time eating in a way that I didn't really fucking like. I do believe that trying new things is good, but I don't believe that forcing new things is good. Does that make sense? So, like, make sure that you're like checking it through yourself. So this is where I'm at, right? I'm reading his boot camp thing, and I'm like going like, this doesn't add up to me, and I don't really like this one. So then I start looking at more boot camp kind of hard challenges, right? And there's some things that I like from this lady's and some things that I don't like from hers, and this, and that. And I'm looking at all this shit, and I'm like, duh, Jelly, you should just create a challenge for your own. Create a challenge that you want to do, that inspires you, that works on the things that you want to work on. Not like this frivolous, like, read 10 pages of personal development a day. Not that that's frivolous. That's not what I'm saying. I said that incorrectly. Because reading 10 pages of personal development a day is good, but I don't need that, right? What I need to do is read 10 pages of my Stephen King book that's been sitting upstairs for 3 months because I'm not taking enough chill time with myself. So that's what I did. I put together a challenge for myself. I figured I have 28 days until we leave for vacation. And if I'm going to be honest with you, which I usually fucking am, I planned on being fit as fuck for our Hawaii vacation. We're not going to Hawaii because COVID has shut down Hawaii. They won't let me in. But we are still going on vacation. But I didn't monitor my food as well as I should have to be able to actually hit the goal that I wanted to hit. Again, my boss baby steps are slowly getting me there. I mean, I really am seeing a lot of definition in my butt and in my legs now, and in my back too, and in my biceps. This is what the power of positive affirmation does for you guys. I would have never, ever years ago been someone who like talked about how great I love my body. And it's not perfect. It's not perfect. It's not where I want it to be. And I used to hate it, but positive affirmations, they work. Now I sit here and I talk about how great my body is all the time. Anyway, I want it to be a little bit further along, right? And so I decided in these last 28 days, I don't want to say in the last ditch effort because I'm not. Hear me clearly. I'm not doing anything that's a fad diet. I'm not doing anything crazy restrictive. I'm not going to do anything that hurts my body because again, when it comes to my core beliefs, I'm not available for shit that makes me feel like shit. I eat to bless my body and I'm focused more on being strong than on skinny, right? So whatever it is that I plan on doing is going to have those things in mind. But that doesn't mean that I can't build like a huge hard challenge up for myself. So that's what I did. And I'm going to share with you really quickly what I decided I wanted to do for my challenge that I created for myself. Also, you're going to be able to do this too, because I took the process that I went through and I put it in a super cute PDF for you guys, like a workbook PDF for you guys to be able to fill it out too. You get to decide what kind of things you want to do in your super hard as fuck challenge. You get to decide how many days you want your challenge to be. You get to decide what you're going to name your challenge. And then I've also put in some like journal prompts to get your mind in the right spot. And I've also put in there some like reflecting journal prompts to kind of help get you motivated. So it's a really, really great freebie that I've created for you guys. I'm really stoked for you guys to get your hands on it and for you to try it. And I can't tell you the name of the link right now because it's like super long with like a whole bunch of numbers and stuff, but I am going to put the link for it for the freebie up in the title comment area when I'm done with this live. So anyway, let me tell you really quickly what I did. You guys, I don't even know where my list is at. I probably have it in my head though, because I just started it the other day. Oh. So for me, here it is. For me, when I was deciding, when I was sitting down and I said to myself, okay, where are you feeling frustrated? What things do you want to do that are like gonna super excite you just to push really fucking hard and get laser super focused and do it every single fucking day for the next 28 days? That's the thing about these challenges, these hard leaps, badass leaps and bound challenges. You don't just do something every 3 days. You do something every single day, rain or fucking shine. Does that make sense? It doesn't have to be crazy. Like you don't have to do, I'm doing CrossFit 6 days a week. And I'm doing doubles 7 days a week. Like I'm really fucking pushing myself here, because that's very far out of my comfort zone. I'm already doing CrossFit 3 days a week and working out at home. I usually work out at 7 days a week anyway, but now I'm doing the doubles and I'm bumping up the CrossFit. It's going to be really, really hard, but I'm also up to the challenge. That doesn't need to be the same for you. Like your challenge is, if that's like, no, then you don't need to do that. But if you have something that's like, I could go running every day for 15 minutes and that fucking feels insane. Like I'll never be able to do it, but it's more feasible than something else. Like whatever it is, like you choose, it's your challenge. That's why this freebie that I created for you is the create your own challenge. It's yours. Push yourself, but you have something you have to do every single day. Okay, so let me tell you what I'm doing every single day. For me, where I started with this is that as I was asking myself, where do I want to push myself? Where do I want to go? I was able to go back to my core things, the things that I really believe in, my priorities, which are pray, sweat, eat, love, grow. It is, in a sense, this whole entire community that we have here. God is my first number one priority. Sweat and eat, that's my temple. That's how I take care of this gift that God gave me. Love, that's how I love myself. It's how I love my family. It's how I love my community. It's how I love my friends. And then grow. It's what I was put on this planet to do, right? Like, I believe strongly that we were all born on purpose for a purpose. And the more comfortable and confident and happy and healthy we are in our temples, and the more confident, happy, and healthy we are with God, and the more confident, happy, and healthy that we are with our family and with our community, the closer we are to really discovering and feeling and going through and working out what our purpose is, right? And I feel like, and that's why this is all so fucking important to me, you guys. It's like, it's not just about losing weight. It's not just about looking good naked. Those are amazing fucking bonuses that I love for me to have and for you to have too. But ultimately, at the core, at the root of this, at the whole of this, it's helping you to become the woman that God created you to be, right? And everyone was created for a purpose, to do great fucking and amazing things and to change the world and impact it in a better way. And I can't think of a better fucking time ever than the world needs more women out there helping to make a better impact. So when I did my challenge, I went back to those core things for myself: prayer, sweat, work out, eat, love, and growth. Like, my prayer time, I sat down and I was like, what do I want? I always do prayer time anyway, but for this hard as fuck challenge for the next 28 great, this is what I named my challenge, was 28 to fucking great is what I named it. You guys know I like cuss words. I was like, okay, well, I'm already reading the Bible in the morning. What's the next thing? And I was like, oh, I've been wanting to read the Bible through from beginning to end in chronological order in a whole entire year. So that's what I started doing. Every single morning, I'm reading it through. Obviously, it's longer than my 28 days, but that's not the point. The point is that I've taken my Bible study to the next level. It doesn't have to fit in the amount of challenge time that you have, but it just needs to be something that's taking you to the next level. Okay, so I did that for my prayer. For my sweat, I went from my workouts that I usually do to doing doubles. I'm doing CrossFit in the morning, 6 days a week. On Sunday, I'm doing a home workout from Beachbody On Demand. And then I'm also doing one workout that's outside. That is from, and I totally stole that from the 75 Hard Challenge. That guy, that one that I was talking about, that was one of the things that was on his list. That intrigued me because I need to get out of the fucking house more. So I'm doing a walk every single night, and I'm doing that workout every single day, just for 28 days. Again, I couldn't keep up with this for like the next 6 months. It would be too much on my body. It wouldn't even be smart. Okay. Eat. I'm following my meal plan through my macro tracker. Every single day, I'm hitting my green thumbs. Every single day, every single day, every single day. Love. My challenge that I created for myself for the next 28 days for love is I have this book. If you guys have not picked up this book yet, you've got to pick it up. It is so good. It is called The 7 Principles of a Happy Marriage. Let me double check the name of it so that I know that I'm giving it to you correctly. Oh, The 7 Principles for Making Marriage Work. This book is so good. So for my love focus right now, I'm focusing on my marriage. I'll be reading that book and going through it with my husband. So that's a fun challenge that we're doing together. And then for my grow part of how did I wanted to push myself was, you're looking at it, baby. This group right here, this business, this purpose that I feel that I have, that God has put in my heart for me to help you, to help anyone, to help other women, because I know what it's like. You guys, I know what it's like, right? Like, I'm an ex-drug addict. Felt worthless for so many years. I felt fat, I felt ugly, I felt depressed, I felt angry, I felt bitchy, I felt hateful, I felt spiteful, I had zero goals, I had zero ambitions. I was like just drifting through this life, like not doing shit, and I felt like a loser. And after overcoming my addictions and overcoming all of the demons, all of the bullshit, all of the cracks and the brokenness that I have inside of myself, and really finding God and getting super close to Him, I'm excited for life in a way that for my whole entire life that I never, ever, ever fucking was before. And I want to be able to share that with other women. So this is my growth. Working on my business is what I'm working on. Also, I'm doing a couple extra bonus things for my growth. So the business is the big part of it, but also I am meditating every single day. I am, you guys, sorry, I need to like drink some water. I don't even know where my water is. I'm meditating every single day. I'm reading 10 pages out of a fiction book for fun every single day. I am taking I'm ending each one of my showers with 10 seconds of cold water. I'm really trying to build up on that. I just watched this thing, Gwyneth Paltrow does this show on Netflix. It's called The Goop Project. You guys watch it. It's good stuff. She does this whole entire episode with Wim Hof. It's this guy who talks about like cold and breathing and meditation. It was like, and so I started doing that. That's part of my thing too. Is that everything? Yes. So my workouts, my green thumbs, my book with my husband, and then all of the other stuff that I won't go over it again. So that is my 28 to fucking great challenge. I'm on day 2. I'm so sore. I'm so tired. Because, part of all of it too is that I have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. But you guys, it's hard. Yes, it's hard. And like now I have to go out and I have to do a 30-minute, I just tried to bullshit it, a 45-minute walk before I go to bed tonight. But I'm supposed to be in bed by 10. But I'm going to push through and I'm going to do it anyway. And I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do my 45-minute walk because it's my challenge date. I started this challenge day 1 and I go through every single day. And that's what I want you to do with your challenge too. This is key, right? So if you're multitasking or you haven't been listening, come back to me now because I need you to hear this. The challenge is going to help you only if you create a chain of days that are unbroken of you doing your action steps, right? So yesterday was day 1 for me. Today is day 2. If today I did not go out and do my 45-minute walk, then tomorrow would be day 1 again, and I would have to start all the way over. This is key to helping you be successful. When I quit smoking cigarettes, one of the biggest things that helped me was that I kept track of the days, right? Day 1 was so fucking hard. Day 2 was so fucking hard, and I just kept thinking to myself, I'm not starting over from day 1 again. I'm not going back. I'm not going through that again. And then by the time I got to day 10, like it was still fucking hard because here's the thing, you guys. It gets hard, it gets a little bit easier, and then it gets fucking harder. And when it got fucking harder, I was like, I'm not stopping though. Like, I'm not breaking this chain. I'm not going back to day 1, so I have to start all over again. That chain creates consistency. It's good for you. So that's the key to the challenge. That really is only, like, there's 2 rules to this create your own challenge. One is that you create it. You use your filter. You decide what motivates you. You decide what you want to work on. How many days make sense to you? Joe, you keep scaring the shit out of me. How many days make sense to you? What feels good to you? What feels right to you? Run it through your own filter. And then rule number 2 is that you got to make the chain. However many days you end up picking, you have to do them all consecutively. And if you fuck up, that's totally cool. Just go back to day 1 and then do it again. Okay, that's everything from me. It is super, super fucking late. I gotta get out of here. I just want to say though before I go that I love all of your faces. I appreciate you all so much for being a part of this community, for watching these videos, for doing this thing with me. If you know a woman, have a friend, got a girl who needs shit like this, please invite her to this community. The more, the merrier. Okay, that's everything. I'll talk with you soon. Bye, girls.